Well, hello there. Welcome to Energy Focus of the Week. It is September 20th, and we have experienced a wonderful time with aurora borealises and eclipses. So I am Stacey Cozza. I am part of the leadership team of Transformational Tools, and today with me is Dodie Weiss. And say hello.
Hello.
So I hope everybody's getting signed on. And of course, just as our little banner says, let us know you're here by just sending us a little comment. With this system, of course, we don't get to see you. You can be incognito, but please just jump on, say hi, and just we'll get along. And oh, look at that, Winner A. Hi, Winner A. And Will. Sweet. Sweet. I hope everybody's doing well. Did anyone catch any of that aurora borealis? Hi, Leslie. And my goodness, I actually got to see it the first time out my back door using my camera. So it was very cool. And what I thought was the most coolest part was the Big Dipper was right in the middle of all the colors. So that was, I was like, oh my gosh, look at the Big Dipper. And you could see the stars so bright because the moon was kind of like, what would I say, southeast of me, just so full and bright. So I turned around and I was like, oh my gosh, look at the moon. And then I looked this way and I saw these beautiful purples and like this light little green at the bottom and the Big Dipper. And it was amazing.
That's gorgeous. Used to be able to see that when I lived in Wisconsin. We'd get the northern lights a lot. And it's like it's alive. The sky is alive. It's just beautiful.
Yes.
I'm not getting any names showing up. So you're going to have to tell me.
I know, Dodie, so over on the right-hand side of your screen, sorry, I forgot about that. I know Leslie didn't know that. It says comments. You see a little box that says comments, and you'll see banners, brand, and chat.
I say it says private chat, comments, and then
comments. Click on comments.
Comments?
Yes.
Oh, there they are.
Good. Now you get to see everybody.
Yay.
Leslie's like, oh, yeah, I remember that because I kept saying I couldn't see people. And it's like, hey, it's a miracle. Looks like everybody's on YouTube. And I think that's a little easier platform sometimes to connect and get signed on. So we try to do that one a little more. Also, Arlene is doing a monthly one on YouTube. So it's always good to have that subscription going on Transformational Tools so you'll get notified. You can click the little button and have it notify you. So that makes it nice. So, well, Arlene is enjoying, I think, like a flight museum with her husband today. And so she did actually draw the cards for the week for us. So I'll just do a quick review and then we will have a little discussion on that and then go into the readings. So for luminaries, I should have pulled my big ones. This is one of my favorite ones, and I should have had it ready, and I should have told you, Dodie.
Well, I got it ready.
You do? Oh, look at you. Awesome.
Wings.
Does everybody know this is wings? And if you look at that beautiful picture, I see dragonfly wings. The first time I got this card myself was probably about a year ago. And I was at the Holistic Festival, just being probably one of my first times to present Qigong. And I just loved it because it's like those dragonfly wings. Like the quote here says, like a dragonfly of delight, fly free into the depth of your soul felt desires. This is where dreams manifest. So really, I mean, this is the time. This is that giving you that boost. And I'm getting a tickle, sorry. Don't know why. Too much talking. But I do. I love the colors of the card.
Yeah.
I love what it tells a person. If you've been thinking about something you've always wanted to do, something you should pursue, something you've been studying. Um, it's time. Put those wings on, you know. Gosh, just the whole message of a dragonfly, too. So it says applying wings to your life. Put on wings, soar into the outer reaches, explore the place beyond time. See your life from there. How can you bring freedom into the everyday moments of your life? What gifts do you bring into this expanding world?
Mm.
So, Arlene was commenting about one of the mistakes of humanity is that we undervalue our ability to manifest exactly what we want at a soul level. So, can you feel that these old beliefs that we have on us that say we can't do something, or that's weird, or why would you want to do that? You know, you're supposed to be doctors and lawyers and teachers and whatever. But just really honoring what we know, what we can do, who we are, trusting that. That's a tough one. It's a little tough hump. But you know what? If you're putting on those dragonfly wings, you can go anywhere. So,
I think it's important too. I'm looking at the colors here. We've
yeah,
got the blue, the throat is your voice, and your voice is in everything. It's in everything you do. It's in everything that we create. It's in what we say, what we do with our hands, what we write.
there, I got it up. You can show your face.
Okay. And it's like, I think when wings comes up, I think this is something that's going to be ongoing, this energy for the next few months and into next year, is to really grab hold of who you are. When it says to soar and to just let yourself be free and to do things that maybe you think you can't, do them anyway. I was just listening to Julia Child. There was a snippet of a video she did, and she was saying she doesn't understand people who are afraid to cook. They see a recipe and it frightens them. It's, oh, I can't cook with sugar. I can't make caramel. I'm not going to do it because they're afraid to fail. And I think that's what keeps us grounded. And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean, it keeps us from flying. It keeps us really from doing a lot of the things that we were meant to be here to do. So anyway, and then there's pink in there too. There's pink with love, everything with love. So anyway, it's a beautiful card.
Yes, it is. Um, yeah, I usually have the big. I have them behind me. Um,
Mm.
that one's crown, but I usually rotate them, and that's one of my favorites to have up. It's that reminder, and I know a lot of dragonflies have been visiting lately.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved how you just said that. It's keeping us grounded. So I pictured, I was like, oh, what do you mean? Grounded? I need to be grounded. And I thought, oh, wait, the dragonfly's grounded. So I was like, oh, yeah, we don't want that kind of grounded. I mean, you got to take a rest here and there, but it's always funny how words can have that different meaning, you
Meaning.
know, like, no, no, I want to fly. So, and then our color card for the week is silver, and it's about cherishing. It says you cherish all that graces your life, the joy and sorrow alike. You have come to accept the ebb and flow of the human experience. You have come to know that pain teaches the deepest lessons. You know the courage it takes to face these lessons. You accept and cherish each person, whether he or she chooses to accept the lesson or leaves it to another time and space. So, a way to look at that is, if you feel you're still working on this, acknowledge how far you've come. And remember when you peacefully accepted both joy and sorrow. What deep lessons came through pain? Can you send gratitude and compassion to yourself and others as you go through anything that is unfinished? And it is. We're always working and learning and growing, and just that same thing, accepting both joy and sorrow, yin and yang. You can't really have one without the other. How do you appreciate that joy and have joy without sorrow if you don't know that feeling? I think that over time and practice and our learning abilities and looking at that strength in silver, we become connected with a higher place so that it's not as dramatic or traumatic, releasing a lot of that old stuff that's still kind of holding on to us and keeping us grounded. As the dragonfly taking a rest, holding us back.
Yeah.
But that silver, we can see that shining part. We see the benefits and the good, and having gratitude actually for things that appear bad.
Yeah.
It's that kind of funny place, but it is true. You're grateful for that. If you didn't experience this, you wouldn't have this. It wouldn't have moved you to this place. You know, if I didn't have anxiety issues in the past and talked to Arlene here at Transformational Tools and took classes, I never would have discovered Qigong, which is my passion. And I would never be here live with Dodie. So, it's having gratitude that even though this experience that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm this anxiety and shut in and everything in the world. And I was miserable, but then it got me to step out of that and join classes and join the community. And then look at what's happening now, so it's things like that. It's that looking back and this was bad, but look, here's the silver.
Yeah. I think there's another aspect too, which actually just it came up for me this week. Because I'm still working through all this, but I've been noticing lately, I've been having a lot of these old memories come up, memories of sharing too much with people that weren't trustworthy, people that took advantage or that hurt me, the things that I didn't do, that I regret that I didn't do in the past. So a lot of regrets and being angry with myself. And that's, as I was reading through the color book on silver, it's like, oh yeah, honey, you need the lesson in silver. But I was talking to a friend about that this week, and she said, this comes down to self-forgiveness. You got to forgive yourself for trusting the wrong people, for sharing too much, for all the things that you feel you did wrong or that you didn't do. And boy, it's hard to do. But I think it's, that's what helps things to release, that you can finally let go of. And so I'm grateful. I'm wearing my silver and gold necklace because even though it's not a color, the elements of silver and gold are very, very powerful. And so I can draw in the energy of that by wearing it. So that, think about that. If you've got any silver or gold that you've got around the house. So.
Oh yeah. I think that's a good practice. Even, you might have a silver bracelet and a gold bracelet, which, in the past we'd be like, oh, I can only wear silver or gold. We can really put into play. What about white gold? Because it's silver looking, but it's gold.
Yeah.
Ooh. But really they complement, and it really is that higher divine energy going, which I love. I think it's great for, a lot of times we'll use it in our protection, our filters, bringing in the gold and the silver and it's just so pretty and shiny.
And we love shiny things.
We do. So, Yeah, I mean, and it's been a challenging kind of week, I think. I think with the
Yeah.
stuff going on in the skies, and I know you're more in the astrology. I see your post, which I always love because it gives me that little reminder of, oh, that's what's going on. Is that what I'm feeling? Because you know, when you're highly sensitive and an empath, I mean, sometimes you can get a little wacky and not really know what's going
And
on.
not know why.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
why am I freaking out? Why am I on edge? Oh my gosh. You know, I was just talking to a friend, and she this week had an experience and called a few people, and they all kind of had the same thing. And so, I mean, even me seeing that aurora borealis for my first time was really made me think, because I had high energy the day before,
Mm,
where I was really like, whoa, I don't know. I'm practicing my qigong, and I'm really trying to stay grounded, and I know this will pass. It's just another shift. And then it was like, but then when I saw that, it was just like, oh,
yeah.
wow. Like, now I just felt the moon was grounding me, and I'm looking at the sky, and it's so beautiful, and the stars, and I went, oh, there was stuff going on, in order to present this beautiful canvas that I am looking at. um there was stuff shifting, and
Yeah.
apparently I must have been picking up on it, because then I was just like, you know felt
A
so much peace.
very powerful full moon partial eclipse, and which we'll be feeling for the next 6 months. We can. And
Ooh.
so, so this one really has to do with corruption coming to light. So it's like, it's not an easy one at all. The feelings that are going to come up, things are going to come up in relationships. Um, it just brings things to light and exposes, and you might find people leaving your life, or people coming in, just changes in how you deal with things, and maybe even how we see things. So it'll be an interesting next 6 months, but we're still in eclipse season. So we've got another one coming up in about another week, I think, or no, week and a half, something like that. It's like 2 weeks apart. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And this was in Pisces. So Pisces is
Ooh.
it's very emotional, watery. So empaths, hang on.
Wait, I got my teddy bear behind me. I better grab onto him. Uh, no, like I said, when you start putting all this stuff together, and being able to converse with others, so that you can really handle and deal these changes, but knowing, we all know though, that it's all for a purpose, and this we know that this is all happening, and this awakening, and exactly why Winter Ray and Will and Leslie, why you're on right now, and whoever else might be on. If you haven't commented, make sure to pop up, because it's time for cards coming up. But just having that community, and always know there's somebody you can always, get a hold of, someone at Transformational Tools, if you're wigging out and don't know what to do or what's going on. We're all probably experiencing it, and we just may have some tools that may help
Yeah.
to ground you.
And we all tend to wig out too at times, and we need each other.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Should have seen us before the show. Ha. No. So, yeah. So now, would you like to start with doing a reading, Dodie? Or do you want to, we can both pull a card, or you want to just pull one for
Let's see,
like Winter Ray?
we've got 3 people on, so we could probably do a luminary and a color card.
Sounds good.
So you want to pull a luminary and I'll pull a color card for
Sounds good, because
Ray?
that's what I have in my hands. She's psychic, my friends. She knew. Gotta have fun. It's that
So
kind of day.
this is Winter Ray. Winter Ray. Winter. What's the card for Winter? Oh,
Oh my. Got some energy going there, Winter Ray. Making those
yeah.
cards. Wow, it really flung. Well, let's see what I pulled. Hey, it's the one behind me. You got the crown. Winner A.
Oh, winner.
Is Dodie
I'm gonna have
still
to.
looking?
That one totally disappeared.
How funny. Now I know the crown. I mean, that's always to me getting the crown is like I feel like I got a like an Academy Award. Look at that old goodie. See, it is. It's like you work really hard at something. Say you're focused on something. You're studying something. You're going through, like we said, we're all learning things. We're going through a process. We're dealing with these changes, frequency changes, and sometimes it's a struggle. But when this crown card comes up to me, it's saying, hey, you accomplished that. Are you ready? Like you got it. Here's your award. Do you want to wear this crown? Granted, you still have other things you get to learn, so you're not totally off the hook. But what I'm sensing, though, is you have met some goal that you have been focused on, and you're feeling good. You're feeling strong. So wear this crown with honor. Wear that gold and that silver, and really pat yourself on the back. Job well done. And now, of course, there's more for you to learn and grow, but enjoy this time. This is, I don't want to say another card, but this is the time to celebrate this. So good job, Winner A.
Yeah. And along with that, winner A, you've got the strength in turquoise came up for you, which is great. It's self-responsible, full of integrity, and purposeful. And as I was looking through the book, and what kind of popped out at me was accepting the expansiveness of your life plan. Your life plan may be so all-encompassing that you see only a small portion of where it will take you. This doesn't necessarily mean that your life will be in lights. The immensity of how we can affect others, our world, and ourselves through our actions on the inner realms is beyond our human comprehension. So I just want to reiterate what Stacey was saying is like you've shifted something. Something seems like a major shift in your life. You're following your heart. You're allowing things to happen. You're self-acceptance. So and wings really applies to you too still. Just take off. Don't be afraid. Just move out in who you're finding yourself to be.
And you can actually see there is some of that turquoise in crown.
Yeah.
Things you don't really always look at, but especially in the center.
Yeah.
I can't get too close because it gets blurry.
Your life purpose. That's great.
So there, it's totally connected. So Winry, I know you have these cards. Put them on your mantle, put them on your table. Remind yourself, great job. And I'm going to say, and if you have some turquoise, probably would be great to wear some too.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So we've got Will. Let's see, Will.
Feeling that energy flowing.
Okay.
Well, that one didn't jump out on the floor.
What came up was the lesson in green. Heal and grow. I know you've been through a lot in the past couple months, and I think you're doing a lot to help yourself heal right now. But I would just, continue with what you're doing. Take your time. Be really gentle with yourself. Let what's coming up that's new come up and be free to sprout. It's just like it's new growth is coming through all the difficulties that have been there. And I don't know what that is, but what I'm getting is just be really, really kind and gentle and loving with yourself, and slow down, take your time, and just love yourself.
Well, on that note, love.
Oh,
When you started talking, and I'm like, wow, look at what card I have in my hand. So
yeah.
love. And just like we were talking about with the silver and having compassion towards ourselves, love. It's one of the things in the book, which I know you're very familiar with, but having that compassion and acceptance, transformation, encouragement, allowing and embracing, offering and co-creating, and knowing this is all available as we remember we are one with our divine source. So it's really connecting. You are connected. I just feel you're going through these transitions, that moving into and shifting into higher frequencies. I mean, look at the frequencies in this card. I mean, and so, but having that compassion towards yourself, loving yourself, everything's okay, everything's all right. It's just as it's supposed to be. Stay connected, stay in tune, and connecting with that endless, the divine, the oneness. Going into some of that I Ching philosophies, tying that all together, going to the emptiness of the allness. So just be easy on yourself, Will. And we're all here supporting you energetically and sending you love.
Yeah, well, I feel like you give out, you express so much love all the time, even when you're not talking. You just give out so much love and so much compassion, and it just give some of that to yourself too. Ooh, got chills on that when you pulled up that luminary.
I know, right? But I gotta close my camera for 1 second. I got blurry and I notice I have to reset. Must be all the energy.
Yeah.
And then it seems to come back in focus. So yeah, I just looked over and I'm like, I went all fuzzy.
Okay.
There's all that love. All righty. So Leslie, let's see. Ooh. Neo Matrix. One of my favorite cards. And I think during this time, Neo Matrix is very symbolic. Knowing Neo Matrix is that time of shifting things in our body, healing, growing, feeling the energy flowing through your body. Even though you may not be feeling great, the aches, pains, a lot of that is just our physical being shifting. But no, Neo Matrix is right there with you. So the shift that you're going through, it's going to be a quick, easy shift. You'll flow in and out of it quickly. Just focusing on Neo Matrix power, feeling it coming down across your forehead and down your body, all the way to your feet and coming back up. Feeling that column, looking at those lights and seeing like your crown is the center of that as it's flowing back and forth. It's really, really healing And actually, I shouldn't even say it's not healing your body, it's shifting your body as we are growing into this higher frequency for all the things coming up in the future. But really feel that going up, and I see this kind of, like this way. I wish I could visualize it better, but seeing that coming down, it almost looks like a crown that way, doesn't it? Coming down and back and forth. So it's really developing your body for this next bigger shift coming.
Okay, well, Leslie, two colors wanted to come up for you. The first one was the lesson in turquoise, say yes to the meaning of your life. And the other one was the lesson in pink, care for your inner child. And I think it's interesting that these are the two colors that are in Neo Matrix, the pink and the turquoise. I think you have said yes to the meaning of your life, but I think you are also moving into some new things that maybe, I don't know if they're scary or if it's just you're reluctant or you're unsure, but I think caring for your inner child, taking care of her, is going to help move that forward. And just really, oh God, Leslie, you are this magnificent being. And there's you have so much, and you give so much, and you and Will together are like this power team. And if both you and Will caring for that inner child, caring and giving compassion to yourself, and just giving yourself the time to heal, to say no what you need to say no to, but not being afraid to move into new ventures.
Yeah, when you were talking about something that maybe you're unsure of or moving forward, what came to my mind was with the inner child. I believe it's something you don't know yet. I forgot the word. I should have wrote it down. You know when you think you can remember something? But it's not something you've been doing. It's something that will play a part with everything you've learned and what you've been studying. But it's like it's something that is unknown. That was the word. So you're going to be shifting into something that's unknown at this time. But you still are hesitant because you still know something is coming. You just don't know the details. Yeah. So believe in yourself, you guys, both of you.
Both of you.
So yes. And so like Will says, I'll pop it on the screen. It's always interesting to me how all the cards draws are interrelated each week, as they have been again today. And it's fun when you do that, especially when you got two people going, because it really shows that connectedness. To pull a card, and then I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, she's saying it, and look at what I have in my hand.
I know. Wow.
It is interesting. It's that connectedness. It's the oneness. We all know, well, we don't all know, but and hopefully at some point most of the world will know, and that's part of what we do, is allow people and show people we are all connected. We are connected with the divine, and that's, in Qigong we refer to it as our master. We call upon our master, which sometimes gets a little tough, but when you think of your master as whether it's God, Buddha, I forgot who's the Tao guy. I forgot, but I love the teachings. Depending, it's just who you're calling upon. You're the higher power, the superpower, the universal energy. It's all one and the same. It's just calling upon a master that knows. I think of it sometimes the Akashic records, the all-knowingness, pulling information on how to heal or what to do from that universal library that has everything. We can tap in, you know.
Leslie, it was the strength in silver. She had a comment. She wanted to know if it was the strength or a lesson.
Oh yeah, I probably didn't say it, huh?
That's okay.
I know, because it was a strength. But then I always like saying strength anyway. Here, let's think positive, because even when it's a lesson, you know it's going to turn into a strength because now you know.
Right. Exactly.
So, yes. So this has been wonderful and fun, and sending many happy thoughts to Arlene and Peter on their exciting little trip. It's so neat that they get to experience life and go travel and see places. Turquoise was in all of them, wasn't it? It was a very powerful color.
It was. And
such
pink
a
was a
good
lot in there too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yes.
well,
And I still just love the turquoise, you know, the class that you gave on turquoise. That was
interesting. I have my turquoise with me. This little guy is so powerful. Thank you, turquoise.
yes, man, it is. Turquoise is amazing. So I hope that all of you feel wonderful. You can take this and think about it all week. Put those cards out in front of you. If you need a reminder, we'll be more than happy to poke you and say, compassion, have compassion. And Winter A, congrats on your accomplishment. Wear that award and that crown this week. Hope it brings you much joy and happiness. And looking forward to seeing what comes out of that and what your new venture and challenge or goal or class is going to be. So, but yes.
So guys, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week.